If you've owned a 3D printer for any length of time, then there's a good chance we share the same problem. Filament storage. It's chaos. I've got filament in boxes, in bags, in AMS units, and half-open rolls just sitting on the side. It's all getting out of control. We all know we're not supposed to leave filament out, but what are we supposed to do with it? As soon as you open that vacuum-sealed bag, it feels like the moisture clock starts ticking. So I want to fix it. I want to make an open source filament storage system that finally makes sense. Now, this isn't a typical project video. I haven't actually made it yet. Instead, this is going to be a project you can follow, contribute to, and help shape from the very beginning. I've had this idea stuck in my head for a while now, and I think it's time that we see if we can make it real. This video is sponsored by Brilliant. So what actually are the problems with filament storage? Well, the first thing you're probably going to do when you have more than one reel of filament is to stack them up in a tower like this. But the problem is then you can't actually see what each one is because the labels are on the side. Also, you can't actually take out any of the lower spools of filament without knocking the whole tower over. The next big problem with filament is that most of it is hygroscopic, which means that it absorbs moisture from the air around it. This means that we shouldn't leave filament out exposed like this. We should put it in boxes or vacuum bags to try and keep the moisture away. Even if you only print with PLA and live in a very low humidity environment, you still have the problem of dirt and dust settling on your filament, which you don't want to be dragging through your nozzle. If you put your filament in vacuum bags, then it doesn't really stack very stably, and it's not very easy to see what color the filament is inside. You also need a lot of bags if you have a lot of filament like I do. If you store lots of filament together in a big tote box like this, then it's not that easy to see what you've got. And when you do open the lid to take out some filament, you let all the moisture in. A few years ago, I made this filament dry box, which is good if you've only got a few spools of filament, but it gets expensive when the numbers start going up. It's also no use when you want to use a multi-filament system like an AMS. If you put everything in a big airtight cupboard, then you can't avoid the same problem as the tote box, which is when you open the door, all the moisture can come in. Also, with all of these options, there's not really any way to know what you've got without manually looking through everything or diligently keeping some sort of spreadsheet. And come on, this hobby's supposed to be fun. There's no place for spreadsheets. Also, as far as I can see, there are no filament storage solutions that integrate in any way with slicers or printers themselves. Everything currently with filament handling is manual. The technology with 3D printers themselves has advanced massively in the last few years, to the point where now I can design something or find a file online and remotely start my printer from pretty much wherever I am in the world. The only problem is I have to manually load the filament. The other thing I do is find something I want to print out of a certain color, and unless I come out and search through every box and bag that I've got of filament, I'm not really sure if I've got that color or not. And then often when I do find it, it's been sitting out for God knows how long, and I need to dry it for 8 hours before I can print with it. So for me at least, the current processes just don't work. Now, like I say, I've had this idea floating around in my head for a while now, and whilst I do have some ideas, I want to get some community feedback before I start building anything. I also do understand that I probably have a lot more filament than a lot of other people do. This is just a fraction of what I've got sitting out the back. But then there's also others that will have a lot more than me too. I can't really imagine how print farms handle hundreds of spools of filament at a time. What I've been imagining creating is some kind of modular unit with a fully indexed filament library. Each spool would be stored and maintained safely and then tracked on some kind of database and be ready to use at any time. I imagine a database will show what filaments you have, how much is left on each spool, and where each one is stored. I also kind of want whatever we come up with to be modular and scalable. So if you've only got 10 spools of filament, there's a solution for you that can be expanded up into the hundreds. And I also quite like the idea that maybe we can use old 3D printer components. They are components that a lot of makers are familiar with, and with all these new printers coming out, a lot of old printers are falling by the wayside. Most of them fully functional, or at least with fully functional components. I should just say here that I have no intention of making a product to sell or making any profit at all out of this. What we eventually make will be freely available to anyone to build themselves. However, this is probably not going to be something I can do completely on my own. I imagine I'm probably going to need help with things like mechanical design, electronics and firmware, software and UI and documentation. Whatever we all eventually decide is the best route forward for this project, one thing's for sure. For a lot of us, there will be some gaps in our knowledge. That's why I'm really happy that this video is sponsored by Brilliant, because they're all about helping you fill those gaps by actually doing things, not just watching videos. Brilliant helps you become a better thinker and problem solver with thousands of interactive lessons in maths, science and programming. I've actually been working through their programming with Python course lately to brush up on my coding, partly because I know I'm going to need it for this open source project. And I found it really helpful. You get to experiment, write bits of code and see instantly how each change affects the result. It's that same hands-on learning approach we all use in the maker world. You build, test, tweak and learn by doing. So if you want to learn for free and start building your own problem-solving skills for this project or a different one, go to brilliant.org/Ricky Impey or scan the QR code on the screen. Of course, you can also click the link in the description. That link also gives you 20% off an annual premium subscription, which unlocks every course Brilliant offers. Big thanks to Brilliant for sponsoring this video and supporting open source creativity like this project. So what's next? Well, first off, I need to know what you currently do with your filament, and even if you think this is a problem that needs solving. You may be perfectly happy with the current available options. I'm not. There's also only so much you can share in YouTube comments, so if this project does gain some traction, we're going to need some kind of forum for collaborating. I've never worked on an open source project like this, and if you have, I want to know your opinion on what platform works well. There's obviously lots of options like Discord, Reddit, Facebook, GitHub, but what would you rather see? And then also in the comments, let me know what features you would like to see in the ideal filament storage solution. How would you solve some of those problems that we've talked about already? Once I've had your input, I'll start moving things forward by creating some kind of hub for this project so we can start brainstorming some ideas. Then we'll start prototyping and pushing towards a few goals. And also, as and when needed, I'll put out update videos on the channel to keep everyone in the loop, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out. So this is just the start. Please make sure to leave a comment if you've got any feedback, even if it's just to say that this is a terrible idea and that I'm the only one who thinks this is a problem. Without community help, this one will be a real challenge to get right. However, if we do it right, I think we could end up with something that will help everybody in the 3D printing community with looking after their filament in the right way. Thanks for watching, and remember, the future of filament storage starts here, with us.